Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Massive blow to the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi excise policy case. The Delhi High Court has dismissed Arvind Kejriwal's plea, challenging his arrest by the ED. The Delhi High Court coming down heavily on Arvind Kejriwal, saying the arrest is not illegal. The detailed order of the High Court has really complicated matters for the sitting CM, who has thus far refused to resign. Party's whole election timing and political vendetta charge has also been busted. These were not legal arguments to begin with, but the way the court has smashed these in the order today has left the AAP smarting. In fact, this order would only increase trouble for the party because the Chief Minister has been held prima facie part of the conspiracy to receive kickbacks. Even as the trial happens, he can no longer claim to be squeaky clean. The court also made it clear that being Chief Minister does not accord anyone any extra legal privileges, another argument falling flat. Aam Aadmi Party continues to question the ED probe and has said that not a single penny has been recovered so far, but the questions are now mounting on them. How long can they delay the inevitable? How long can the Chief Minister resist resigning and run the government from jail? How long can the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal continue to cry vendetta? We take that question to our guests in just a bit. Now, the Delhi High Court order has come as a big setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, as I said, and I'm just going to take you through the breadth of this order, which is very scathing in its observations that have been made by the court today, and this is why this is going to be high trouble for the Delhi Chief Minister, even as they look forward to approaching the Supreme Court. So this is what the court has said today, that the material collected by ED reveals that Arvind Kejriwal conspired with others. So prima facie, they found enough evidence against him that Arvind Kejriwal is involved in his personal capacity as well as the convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. They've also gone on to question this whole AAP narrative and argument that only approver statements are being used to implicate somebody like a sitting Chief Minister. So this is what the court said on that granting pardon to an approver is not ED's domain. This is a judicial process, and therefore, if you cast aspersions on the pardon that any approver may get, you are casting aspersions on the judge itself. They also went on to say that the law of the approver is very old law, preceding many born in the courtroom today. The court also went on to say that yes, there will come a stage when you can question and cross-examine MS Reddy or Sarath Reddy, but that appropriate time or stage will come later. At this stage, there is no need to question those approver statements. The contention that Arvind Kejriwal could have been questioned through VC, what AAP or Arvind Kejriwal's legal defense has also been rejected by the court today. In fact, the court went on to say it is not for the accused to decide how the investigation will be done. The court also went on to say court will not set two sets of laws, one for the commoners and one for public servants. And this is where we've been debating this whole premise of the Aam Aadmi Party too. Does it behoove the Aam Aadmi Party to be asking for special privileges? Because look at what the court has said. There cannot be any specific privilege for anyone, including the Chief Minister, when it comes to matters like these. They've also gone on to say that the arrest and remand are to be examined as per law and not as per timing of elections, which is the other big argument made by the Aam Aadmi Party, even the India Bloc alliance partners. Challenge to timing of arrest in absence of any malafide on part of ED is not sustainable. They go on to say ED was in possession of enough material which led to the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. Therefore, all process was followed. Non-joining of probe by Arvind Kejriwal, the delay caused by him also impacted others who are in judicial custody. So the court did not look at it very favorably. Now, this is on the political aspect. The court order, the judge's order says that judges are bound by law, not politics, and judgments will be given on legal principles, not on political considerations. Remember, a lot of political parties have been talking about how there is heat on them because elections are approaching and agencies are hyperactive, but that's not a legal argument. Present case is not between central government and Kejriwal, but between Kejriwal and the Enforcement Directorate. And the court also went on to say that rigors of Section 70 PMLA are attracted in this case. So let me just break down what Section 70 of the PMLA means, and while this is greater trouble for Arvind Kejriwal, in fact the court ratifying this section today has effectively ratified the ED's argument. What is this act, or what is Section 70 of the PMLA? It basically refers to the vicarious responsibility of an individual in a case pertaining to a company. It says, for example, that every person who at the time a controversy was committed was in charge of and was responsible to the company for the conduct of the business of the company as well as the company shall be deemed responsible or guilty of the contravention and shall be liable to be proceeded against and punished accordingly. Now, this is the section that has been invoked against Arvind Kejriwal by the ED in this case because his party allegedly received kickbacks for election funding, and he's the convener of the Aam Aadmi Party as well. So, this is why the ED has said that not just individually but even vicariously as the head of the so-called company, in this case the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal is guilty. The court has ratified Section 70 of the PMLA application in this case. Now the court order comes just 10 days before the 2024 general elections phase 1, and this is going to be some trouble not just for the Aam Aadmi Party but also for the India Alliance per se. Let me break down why politically it is also very significant. So first of all, remember, Arvind Kejriwal is not alone. Even parties like the Congress that he has not seen eye to eye with in the past have come out in support of Arvind Kejriwal, questioning the timing. Now, all of them have been attacked as parties that have a taint of corruption on them and are banding together. And this is a setback for all of those parties ahead of the first phase of elections. Now, Aam Aadmi Party's political vendetta charge is crumbling. This is the Delhi High Court that has absolutely rubbished those arguments. It also affects Arvind Kejriwal's kattar, imandar or squeaky clean image, right? And at least till he proves himself to be innocent, that image is dented. The opposition's claim of ED being used as a political tool, particularly at the time of elections, is also not being bought by courts at least. There is no such reference or any judgment or order or observation by courts in India. Chances of the Lieutenant Governor now stepping in to dismiss this government increase because it seems like the Chief Minister is going to be behind bars for some time. His custody is going to end a little bit later in April, but of course, given the arguments that the ED has made, it looks like it could be a long haul for him, particularly with the Delhi High Court ratifying the sections that have been applied or invoked by the ED. So with this setback, will that vendetta cry fall flat? We'll take that to our guest joining us in just a minute.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की फोटो बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर जी के साथ, शहीद भगत सिंह जी के साथ लगाई थी, वो बहुत बड़ा पाप था। आपको पब्लिक तौर पर दोनों हाथ जोड़कर और ये जनतक तौर पर एक वीडियो पोस्ट करनी चाहिए और बताना चाहिए कि आपसे गलती हुई है।
गवाहों के ऊपर दबाव डाला गया, गवाहों को मारा गया, उनके ऊपर ये दबाव बनाया गया कि वो अपनी पुरानी गवाही बदल के वो गवाही दें जो ईडी कह रही है, जो केंद्र सरकार की एजेंसी कह रही है।
Joining us on the show today, Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP, Anmol Panwar of the Aam Aadmi Party. Also with me, Satendra Singh is former Deputy Director of the Enforcement Directorate. I do thank you for your time. Anmol, I begin with you. Virtually every argument you have made politically has fallen flat in court. These are not legal arguments and they clearly did not work in favor of Arvind Kejriwal. But because you haven't managed to get a relief or even a semblance of some sort of sympathy from the court as far as this arrest is concerned, it just goes on to say that it goes on to show that these arguments will work politically only as much.
I disagree with you, Shivani, because similar arguments were raised when the bail of Mr. Sanjay Singh was heard on 7th of February 2024. But when the matter reached the Honorable Supreme Court on 2nd of March 2024, the Honorable Supreme Court demolished the entire case, and it clearly made some very startling observations that not a single penny has been recovered and there's no trace of proceeds of money. And if the Enforcement Directorate still fights the case on merits, then the Honorable Supreme Court has to make some serious observations as per the mandate of Section 46 of the PMLA Act, stating that even prima facie no offence has been made. And as far as this case is concerned, we respect the institution, but we disagree with the order passed by the Honorable Delhi High Court. There's existence of different levels of judiciary in India to ensure that if a mistake is committed by a lower court, then the higher court can step in and correct that mistake.
No, fair enough.
So
of course, you will have the right to take this to the Supreme Court. And I think Saurabh Bhardwaj or somebody else from your party did say that you're going to do that as quickly as possible. Jasmine Shah has said that, as quickly as possible, possibly even today, tomorrow. So all of that is fine. But aren't you confusing Sanjay Singh's case with Arvind Kejriwal's case? The sections applied against them are a little bit different. Their liability, what they're being accused of, is entirely different. Sanjay Singh's main case is that he was given in cash parts of those proceeds of crime or bribe or kickback. That's not the charge against Arvind Kejriwal. The charge against Kejriwal is that he is the kingpin of this conspiracy.
Shivani, it's been more than 2 years and ED is still fishing for evidence. Not a single penny has been recovered despite 500 raids and 1,000 witnesses and a 50,000 page charge sheet. And let me tell you, it's very relevant. The order dated 30th October 2023. Let me read out paragraph 12, which says that Enforcement Directorate is not even aware about the law because Section 70 cannot arise at all. It is specifically for the companies. And
yes,
when
but the court
AAP
has
is
ratified
registered
that
under
section
Representation
today.
of
You're
People
quoting
Act,
a different.
let me
Once again,
no,
you're going back on a different
Not
order,
at
but
all.
the court
Let
order
me-
today. Let's discuss the court order today, Anmol. You say that not a penny has been recovered. Now the
Shivani,
ED has
please,
already made an
let me-
argument in
let
court
me complete.
that all of that money has been spent. But remember, the court today has said in its order that the trail, we've seen the documents, we've seen the statements, and the trail has been established. I know this is prima facie and I know this is not the trial, but this is an admission by the court.
Not at all, Shivani. Let me tell you why this case is zero. Because at times when it becomes almost impossible to obtain evidence, it is at that point of time when there is dearth of evidence, when there is lack of evidence, and this is a classic case wherein after 2 years of investigation, when there was no evidence, then the four approvers, they enters the scene at this point, and one of them was threatened and coerced,
Okay.
P. Sharad Reddy,
Okay,
who
I
gave
think
60
I've
crore
played
rupees to the
out
BJP.
what,
The
court
other
said on the
approver-
approvers. No, I know. We've been through this. The court has gone into that argument that the Aam Aadmi Party has placed today. They've said you'll have an appropriate opportunity to question those statements, but you cannot question the very concept of an approver. And if an approver was given pardon or not, or in some cases bail or not, that's a judicial process, not an ED process. But I will grant this much, that yes, if the ED does not oppose a certain individual's bail, then it becomes easier for them to get bail, which was the case in Sanjay Singh's case as well. I'll park that. But Tohin Sinha, how do you respond to the fact that this is just the Delhi High Court? The Supreme Court could have a differing opinion. It has happened before and it could happen again.
What do you mean? First of all, Shivani, a very happy Chaitra Navratri to you, to the co-panelists and to the viewers. What do they mean? It is just the Delhi High Court. As you very rightly pointed out, the charges, are different against Arvind Kejriwal and Sanjay Singh. There is a difference between key conspirator, the kingpin, and a collaborator. So I think this difference should be very clear in the minds of Aam Aadmi Party. Now the point is, today's observations of the High Court was so scathing, was so ruthless, that it should be a reality. It should serve as a reality check for the Aam Aadmi Party. It vindicates the ED action, and some of the observations, as you pointed out, it very clearly says that it is not for the ED but for the courts to decide whether an approval should be granted. Should be granted pardon.
Yes.
Number two, it upholds or it validates the sections of the PMLA imposed against Arvind Kejriwal, and most importantly, it very clearly says that there is evidence of Arvind Kejriwal being involved in the conspiracy and that of ED being in possession of adequate substance. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party has this habit of constantly bringing in, but where is the money trail? I am telling you, let's take an imaginary situation. Today, even tomorrow, even if a money trail, I'm giving you an imaginary situation, is not established. If money laundering is conclusively established, then the case stands the way it is. There are cases where a murder happens, but the body is not discovered because the criminal is too clever or is too sly to dispose of the dead body. Even in those cases, prosecution goes ahead and conviction has happened. This could be a similar case, but ED action today stands completely justified by the ruling of the High Court, and it is time for Aam Aadmi Party to introspect, because it's clearly endgame Kejriwal and party.
I'll come to the political implications in just a bit. I want to go across to Satyendra ji, who's former Deputy Director of ED. Satyendra ji, ये सवाल बार बार आम आदमी पार्टी उठा रही है कि 2 साल से इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही है, एक भी पैसा नहीं मिला है, किसी के अकाउंट में नहीं मिला है, किसी के घर में नहीं मिला है, अनअकाउंटेड कोई कैश नहीं मिला है, तो ऐसा कैसा मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का केस है ये?
शिवानी जी, मैं एक बार पहले भी कह चुका हूं कि मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस के अंदर एक्चुअल रिकवरी की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। ऑफेंस ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग को एस्टेब्लिश करना है कि क्राइम हुआ, उससे प्रोसीड जनरेट की गई और फिर उस प्रोसीड्स को लेयर किया गया डिफरेंट तरीके से। तो ये जरूरी कि एंड पॉइंट पे वो मनी रिकवर हो, लेकिन यदि वो चेन एस्टेब्लिश हो गई है तो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का ऑफेंस एस्टेब्लिश हो गया है। इस केस में जैसा कहा जा रहा है कि गोवा में इलेक्शन थे, अब यदि वो पैसा गोवा के इलेक्शन में खर्च हो गया तो वो कहाँ मिलेगा? चुनाव में आपको पता है कि किस किस तरह के खर्चे होते हैं और कितना अकाउंटेड खर्च किया जाता है, ये सबको पता है। आप किसी गांव के आदमी को पूछेंगे, वो बता देगा कि लिमिट को क्या है और खर्चे कैसे होते हैं, क्या किए जाते हैं। क्योंकि फिर एक दूसरे आरोप लगाए जाते हैं कि कोई कहता है किसी ने शराब बांटी, कोई कहता है किसी ने ये बांट दिया, तो वो कहां से आता है? वो किसी बैंक खाते से नहीं निकलता है पैसा, तो वो पैसा कभी रिकवर नहीं होगा। लेकिन जहां तक मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस की बात है, वो एस्टेब्लिश प्राइमा फेसाई हो चुका है। मैंने एक बार पहले भी आपके चैनल पे भी ये बात कही थी, आज माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने उस पर मोहर लगाई। तो केस के और हर केस का अपना अलग अलग फैक्ट्स होते हैं, एविडेंसेज होते हैं। अब ये कंपेयर करना कि एक्स को बेल हुई तो कोर्ट ने ये कहा, वाई को हुई तो ये हुआ, जेड में ये हुआ, आज तो जो ए है हमें उनकी बात करनी है कि उनके खिलाफ कितने एविडेंसेज है और क्या केस है। और मैं पहले भी कहता रहा हूं कि हमारी संस्थाओं पे विश्वास कीजिए। जिस तरह हाईकोर्ट को कोई राजनीति से लेना देना नहीं है, ईडी को भी लेना देना नहीं है। ईडी के अधिकारी जो काम कर रहे हैं वो काम कर रहे हैं जो उनको पीएमएलए में मैंडेट मिला है।
Well, certainly in this case, their reputations are on the line. I will just only add that much, because if a lot of these cases fall flat, particularly on opposition leaders, then certainly, if not the integrity completely of the ED or ED officials concerned, then certainly the neutrality of the ED will come under question. And more, I come back to the political question now. Is arresting a chief minister a problem? The court is saying no, you are not special. Don't ask for special privileges. Is the timing of the arrest a problem? The court is saying no, the elections have nothing to do with us. Political considerations, not my problem. Legality, not about political considerations. The fact that approvers have given statements, the court is saying wait, and you will get a time to act on that as well. But you look at the very political arguments that have been used in Arvind Kejriwal's defense and they've not worked. How do you go to the public and still say, ki, oh no, we are being victimized here?
Because Shivani, the public has evidence, and I'm showing you this very relevant information which was published in a national daily, which says that since 2014, 25 opposition leaders facing corruption probe crossed over to BJP and 23 of them got reprieve. That is the reality of this so-called central government, and the agencies working at the behest of Bharatiya Janata Party are targeting only the opposition leaders, and people of Delhi are very intelligent and wise enough, and they know the reality that how these agencies are being misused to specifically target the ones who are posing serious threat to the electoral prospects
Tuhin,
of
you want to
Bharatiya Janata
respond to
Party
that? Because
in the
this is
upcoming
fundamentally
election.
the discussion ahead of elections. How is the public perceiving this action on opposition leaders?
No, if you are corrupt, action will happen against you. You are mentioning about 25 leaders who crossed over. Fact is, there are 5,000 cases of PMLA which beyond the preliminary
Enforcement Directorate to action on
these
leaders as
like
well.
this. Have the basic courtesy. Have the basic courtesy. Please, don't.
You are sending
like
some to Rajya
there are
Sabha, you are
5,000
giving some
cases
Lok
which
Sabha
have,
tickets.
which have not gone beyond the preliminary investigation.
Why did you
because
give
money laundering cases
Lok
are
Sabha ticket
always
to
very complex.
Money laundering,
but the ones which are getting caught, the ones where cases are going to its logical conclusion are the ones where these people were too brazen.
You gave
So it is not about 25 people who crossed over. There are 5,000 cases which have not moved beyond the preliminary investigation, because that is how complex the money laundering cases are.
Yes, Anmol.
See, Shivani, the Honorable Finance Minister a few weeks back agreed on a TV show that all the tainted leaders are welcome in our party, and that Bharatiya Janata Party has no problem. Their own president, Bangaru Lakshman, was convicted for 4 years by a special court, by a special CBI court.
No, she did not
so
say
now
that.
they are talking about, they are giving lectures on morality.
That.
We are the only party. We are the only party in which
she did not say that. She said
in last 10
everybody
years
is welcome. We will take
in
an
last 10
appropriate
years
call.
more than
we will
250
take an
cases
call, but it
were
is
filed
the party
against
is
us.
written. Everybody,
but we got acquitted by the court in almost more than 200 cases.
Shivani, on a more serious note, I think this is a day when the Aam Aadmi Party should feel embarrassed after the Delhi High Court, has passed a scathing remark.
Should I play the video for you?
Which used to hold protest at
Mr.
Ramlila
Sinha,
Maidan
should I
against
play the
Lalu
video
Yadav
for you?
and the Congress Party.
The whole country saw
the dais with Lalu Yadav and Congress Party at the same Ramlila.
1 second.
And even his husband, Mr. Parakala.
1 second. I think the argument cuts both ways. 1 second. The argument on corruption and public perception cuts both ways. Gentlemen, just hold on. Just hold on. If the BJP faces naturally questions of what happens to your stand on corruption when you take tainted individuals, fine. The scams they may be accused of didn't happen under your governments, but you are still taking them people in who have been accused of grave misconduct and corruption. So that question will definitely go to the BJP. Similarly, the question, Anmol, that will come to the... I'll come to you, Tuhin. I'll come to you. Similarly, the question that will come to the Aam Aadmi Party, Anmol, is, which you cannot escape, is that just 10 years ago, Arvind Kejriwal was the face of India against corruption. He said, if you have a charge against you, you should step down. Today, he is not stepping down despite being weeks in jail and more time in jail possibly.
Shivani, because this case is false and fabricated, because the entire nation knows that Mr. Kejriwal has been falsely implicated in this case.
What about the times that Mr. Kejriwal accused his political opponents and never proved anything? What about those times?
See, when it is very evident that not a single penny has been recovered, there's not a single piece of corroborative evidence,
doesn't matter.
Then the question of morality itself becomes irrelevant. And this is the only party. In last 10 years, more than 250 cases were filed against the AAP leaders. And in more than 200 cases, we have been acquitted. And the others will also meet the same fate. CBI raids were conducted in 2015, 2016. More than 400 files were scrutinized of the AAP government. But what did they find? Not a single piece of evidence, not a single corruption charge against any of the AAP leaders. The same Comptroller and Auditor General of India in 2019 said that this is the only government which is running in surplus.
Okay,
and
all
this
of
the
that
only
is not
honest
just,
government
all of that
in our
is
country.
Not, all of that.
This was a certificate of honesty.
There are
from
multiple
a
scams
central
against the
government
Delhi
agency.
government that have been investigated. Plus, all of that is not answering the question why you're not getting any relief from courts. The minister concerned at that time, Manish Sisodia, continues to be in jail, and the chief minister now, prima facie, the Delhi High Court is saying conspired with the others and is vicariously responsible because he was the Aam Aadmi Party convener. But Tuhin, I bring the same question to you. Now please respond without over-speaking over each other.
Shivani,
Yes.
Shivani, you raised a very relevant point. Can I answer that?
Yeah, very quickly before I go to Tuhin.
See, para 12, it very clearly speaks volume about the shoddy investigation of Enforcement Directorate. It says that there's an assertion that DOE has relied on evidence and material that a portion thereof 45 crores was transferred through Hawala for the Goa election and used by AAP, a political party which is a jurisdiction person. AAP is not being prosecuted. The charge that the appellant is vicariously liable in terms of Section 70 cannot be alleged and has not been argued. These are the observations made by the Honorable Supreme Court dated 30th October 2023.
Yeah, but you are taking,
And
you're quoting the dated order.
The findings
this
of the Delhi High
investigation
Court.
has gone
Can I
on
also
since
make
then.
the same
You're quoting something from 6 months ago. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Of course, the court has been presented with different arguments now, and the court has decided differently. First of all, till that time in October, one second, till that time in October, Arvind Kejriwal was not accused. Now the ED in court has clearly accused him of multiple things, and they have gone on to say that he is vicariously responsible as well. Now you make your arguments in court. I have no problem against that, but court is not buying those arguments. Certainly your lawyers could have quoted this order in court too. But I want to go across to Tuhin. Tuhin, please respond on the charge, on the perception of, fighting against corruption. What happens to the BJP fight when some of these individuals join you?
Well, I'll just respond to that. First of all, I'm aghast that, he's reading from 30th October 2023 order, when in the same Supreme Court order, very clearly the words are mentioned that a money trail of 338 crores stands tentatively established. I mean, Aam Aadmi Party is behaving like a party of educated
Let me
idiots,
clarify it.
Questioning the
It
wisdom
does
of
not
the
say
courts.
that the money trail
The
has been
questioning the
established to
wisdom of
Mr.
the
Kejriwal or
court.
Mr.
It's been
Sisodia.
14 months since
Please
Manish
do not
Sisodia is in jail.
misread
Now
the
he barges
judgment.
in every time I start speaking.
Get your facts correct.
Okay,
No,
one,
please,
one
you
by
are
one. I have
questioning
limited
the
time.
wisdom
Tuhin and
of
I,
the
please.
court,
Tuhin and
which
I
has
also
repeatedly
want to go to
extended the
Satendra Ji.
jail term of both Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal. Now, Shivani, coming to your question.
Yes.
Fact is, there are two kinds of allegations. One, in politics, allegations are made. But then, of all the people who have taken, was there an FIR against Praful Patel? I'm asking you a simple question. Was there any case against Himanta Biswa Sharma? In fact, Himanta Biswa Sharma has filed a defamation suit against the person because only one on
But
only
who's going
one
to file
occasion
those
he was
cases?
called for
Agencies
questioning
that report to
also
your
as
government.
a witness, and that also. Sorry?
Who's going to file those cases?
Please come again.
Agencies that report to your government.
No, agencies are absolutely free to pursue all of those cases. I'm just giving you point by point of the individuals whose names keep dragging in. Not a single FIR exists against those people. In fact, Himanta Biswa Sharma has filed a defamation suit against this person because only on one occasion he has been questioned, that too as a witness, not as an accused. So these people keep propping up a few names, but fact is
There are
they are
many
factually
others,
challenged.
including Ajit Pawar
Even when
as
it
well.
comes to
No, there are many others. I don't think this is going to be a winning
is there
argument.
any FIR against him?
No, there is not
Is
going to be a
there
winning
any
argument for the
FIR against
BJP
him?
because there are multiple individuals who have joined. I just want to quickly go across to Satendra Ji and give him 30 seconds. Satendra Ji, from what you have seen transpiring in this case, अभी तक जो भी legal proceeding इस case में हुई है, चाहे वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को लेके हो या बाकी प्रोटैगनिस्ट को लेके हो, क्या आपको लगता है कि ईडी का केस स्ट्रांग है अभी?
जी हाँ, देखिए ये जो स्टेज है, जो बेल की स्टेज है, अरेस्ट की स्टेज है। यहाँ सिर्फ प्राइमा फेसाई प्रूव करना है इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग ऑफिसर को कि देयर इज ऑफेंस ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का हुआ है, तो ये भी सस्पेक्ट है। मैं अभी भी कन्विक्ट नहीं कर रहा हूं। देखिए कन्विक्शन तो जब प्रोसिक्यूशन कंप्लेंट होगी तब होगा। ये प्राइमा फेसाई प्रूव है कि ये मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का अपराध में ये लोग शामिल है, इसीलिए इनकी जमानत नहीं हो रही है। और जमानत हो भी जाती है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि इन्होंने अपराध नहीं किया है
जी।
संजय सिंह जी की जमानत हो गई तो उसका मतलब ये नहीं उन पर मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का मुकदमा नहीं चलेगा।
No, absolutely. Just like bail is not proof of innocence, similarly, the fact that no bail is being given is also not proof of conviction, and vice versa. So we have to be very careful when we make our points. I do thank our guests for joining us. Moving on, after Party National President JP Nadda's whirlwind tour of central and southern Tamil Nadu on Sunday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on his two-day visit to the battleground election-bound state today. Narendra Modi will hold roadshows in Chennai tonight, later in Vellore and Mettupalayam. This is Modi's 7th visit to Tamil Nadu this year, but the first since BJP raised the Kachativu issue this political season. The Prime Minister will cover segments of South Chennai, Central Chennai constituencies, and these are visuals on your screen of the Prime Minister's arrival. Remember, former Telangana and Puducherry Governor Tamilisai Soundarajan is the BJP South Chennai candidate, while Vinod P. Selvam is contesting from Chennai Central, and they're taking on sitting DMK MPs and bigwigs in these constituencies as well. The battle for Tamil Nadu is the most anticipated and the most watched out this election season, one can say, because a lot of stake has been put by none other than the Prime Minister in the south of the country, including states like Tamil Nadu and Kerala, where the BJP hasn't had much success in the past. So a lot at the stake for the NDA, for the BJP, and therefore similarly for the opposition bloc as well. The Prime Minister has set the ambitious 400 par target this time. For that, they have to improve their tally in states like Tamil Nadu. Can they do so or not is the big question. Interestingly, most polls are predicting a never-before-seen performance by the BJP. Remember, this time around, they're the lead partners in their alliance, not with the AIA-DMK. So, for example, News 18's opinion poll has given the INDA bloc 30 seats with 51% vote share, NDA 5 with 13%, others 4 with 36%. Now, the ETG opinion poll gave the DMK 21 to 22 seats, the Congress 5 to 7, so that equals up to about 29 out of 39. They gave BJP 2 to 6 and 19% vote share, AIA-DMK 1 to 3 and 17% vote share, and others 4 to 5. Sea Water opinion poll is one of the outliers, giving the DMK plus all 39 seats with 55% of the vote share. They are giving BJP a vote share of 11%, though this will fall short of the targets that the BJP has put for itself. Puthia Thalai Murai opinion poll is also giving the lion's share to the DMK 29 to 31 seats, the AIA-DMK 4 to 6 and BJP 4 to 6. But if the BJP was to manage 4 to 6 and about 15% vote share, they will say that they've managed to do what nobody thought that they could do. CNX opinion poll, DMK 18, Congress 8, so that's a total of 26. The AIA-DMK 4, BJP 3 and the PMK 1. And remember, the PMK is fighting with the BJP this time around. Others 5. So even as the Prime Minister is set for his roadshow and there are multiple of them coming ahead of the phase 1, the big question we ask is, can the Prime Minister's personal magic breach the Dravidian bastion? Let's go across to our guest joining us. Tohin Sinha continues with us, national spokesperson of the BJP, S. Dharanidharan, spokesperson of the DMK joining us, and R.K. Radhakrishnan as well, senior journalist. I do thank you for your time. Dharanidharan, I begin with you. Whatever said and done, that it must be making the DMK a little bit nervous, the kind of fight that the BJP is putting up. They're not shy of putting up a fight. and the Prime Minister is leading that fight. Forget the results at this stage. Certainly, it's a good fight.
Hi, good evening, and thanks for having me in your show. I do not see any Modi wave here. I think more the Prime Minister comes, more happier we are because more he comes, lesser the vote share. See,
Why do you say that?
2022
One second, can I just interrupt you? I've heard from Mr. Stalin to other members of your party say this. Why do you say that?
Because people, the voters in Tamil Nadu are rational and they clearly know who cares for Tamil Nadu. This is a Prime Minister who runs his show on rhetoric, and this rhetoric is mostly lies. His rhetoric is not matched with actions. He says he goes and starts his speeches in Tamil, but what has he done for Tamil language? The funding for Tamil has always been reduced. The Kendriya Vidyalaya schools in Tamil Nadu does not even have Tamil teachers. That is the respect he's giving for the language. Similarly, the floods. Tamil Nadu received floods, unprecedented floods, never seen before in 120 years. Right? What did he do? Did he come and visit? No. Now he comes because there's election. Do you think people can't see that? In Gujarat, when the floods were 1/5 of what it was in Tamil Nadu, he visits the next day and 1,000 crore was announced and 2 lakhs per victim was announced from the union government funds. Was any of this offered to Tamil Nadu? Nothing.
Okay, so you're saying it's not about what Modi stands for nationally, and of course he has a track record of 10 years. The public in Tamil Nadu will only look at him as what you've done for us.
Modi derives his legitimacy only from Gujarat model, right? The fake model.
You're saying that the last 10 years at the center make no difference. You're saying the public has appreciated him as a prime minister for 10 years. His approval ratings continue to be the best any world leader has seen.
It depends on where. Nowhere in developed, or rather I'll reword it. Nowhere in states with very high socio-economic development, Modi has had any chance or approval rating. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, even now Telangana.
So you're saying that cannot change? No, the question I'm asking is, of course, it hasn't happened in the past, but the kind of phenomenon we've seen with Narendra Modi looking as strong as he is, with a so-called third term impending, that's also a phenomenon we haven't seen for a while in Indian politics.
There are two things. I think if you can let me speak, there are two things.
Yeah.
Right? In Tamil Nadu and more so in South India, I do not see any Modi wave.
Sure.
In fact, BJP should struggle to get even 10% vote share in South India. And Tamil Nadu, if they get one seat, it's going to be a miracle. And to win elections, you need booth level workers. To a parliament election, you need about 8 lakh booth level workers. Overall, Tamil Nadu per constituency, you need about 1,800 BLA2 and 18,000 booth level workers. BJP, do they have them? None. They don't even have 10% of it. So how are you going to win elections? The elections are not won on social media. You can't have like 1,000 people working for you and posting on Twitter every day and believing that the party has grown. No, you need people.
I'll take that to our BJP representative. Tohin, can you respond particularly to that charge from the DMK that Narendra Modi always faces? That, in Tamil Nadu, you will be asked, what did you do for Tamil Nadu? And I know that Narendra Modi has, kind of brought forth the cultural significance of Tamil Nadu. There's a Kashi Tamil Sangamam, Kashi being his constituency as well. And all of that has been celebrated. He's visited temples before the Ram, the Ram temple, Pran Pratishthan, etc. Beyond that, if we have to take that doesn't work in Tamil Nadu, beyond that, the public will ask, what special love did you have for Tamil Nadu? Why would we vote for you?
Well, Tamil Nadu has been at par with any other state in terms of infrastructure creation, in terms of, the highway expansion. Now, why is national security not an important issue? It's not just about the cultural renaissance, which you are witnessing in Tamil Nadu. Fact is that DMK has a very supportive attitudes towards radical forces, and in Coimbatore in 2022 October, we saw a suicide bombing. So we have been, the model is very simple. DMK has thrived on the artificial edifice of Dravidian politics of creating an otherization between North and South India. We have defeated that, which is no less significant from the point of view of national integration, which is no less significant from the point of view of national security. And this is what that frustrates the DMK. As of today, I can tell you with responsibility that the BJP is on course to win 6 to 8 seats minimum with a 20% vote share, because the statewide Yatra of Annamalai has been a big game changer. The mood on the ground has changed, which the DMK, has been very slow to realize.
Yes, Dharanidharan, very quickly I'll go to Radhakrishnan after that.
See, Dravidian model, as our Chief Minister puts it, is not anthropological. It's an economic model which ensures that everyone grows, no one is left behind. That is the Dravidian model. That should not be confused. And again, look at BJP spokesperson. He wants to bring a bomb blast that happened 25 years back. He doesn't want to speak development. This is what doing across the country. See, anywhere and everywhere attacks happen, and that's unfortunate. But why did you do politics with it? Why did you do politics with religion, bomb blasts, and so on and so forth? Tamil Nadu is the most peaceful state, right? Least number of communal violences in the country, least terrorist attacks in the country, right? Most often it's a BJP ruled states that have been facing terrorist attacks. In fact, the reason that bomb blast in Bangalore, I think some BJP Karyakarta was involved. I'm not sure about it, but that's what the media has been saying, right? So what is Gujarat model? Compare with Dravidian model. There is no metric. You bring in any socio-economic metric, you tell me in which Gujarat does better than Tamil Nadu. Or even in industrial growth, inclusive industrial growth. Tell me, is Gujarat more inclusive than Tamil Nadu? No, it's not even comparable. Then why will people vote for Prime Minister Modi or BJP?
I understand that, but we're not quite comparing states alone. And certainly, the harping on Narendra Modi's background from Gujarat is a little bit passé because this is not 2014. Right? He's served as the Prime Minister for 10 years. But this is a national Lok Sabha election. This is not so much about comparing state specifics. Okay. One second, Radhakrishnan, one second. One of our guests has not spoken. R.K. Radhakrishnan is also joining us. I want to ask you about how much impact you think Narendra Modi can make. It is for all of us to guess. But what is it that the Tamil Nadu people would be voting on? What you did for us? What we got from you? Language issues? Culture issues, Dravidian issues, or something else?
Thank you for the opportunity, Shivani. It is actually all of the above. I think inside the BJP itself, there is some kind of issue that they made the Prime Minister's rally today. And it's been undertaken in the biggest commercial district in Chennai. Today is the festival of Ugadi, very sacred and celebrated all across by Andhra. You would know that half of Chennai, you have Telugu-speaking people. So today you have shut down an entire market, and thousands of crores of business has been lost. Tens of thousands of people have had to forgo their income today. This is a complete tragedy on the part of the BJP, and they made the Prime Minister do it today. I am not sure who plans for the Prime Minister. Look at the scenes. What will the impact of this be on the electorate in Central Chennai? This is Central Chennai. This is in T Nagar. This is in Central Chennai. This will have as far as I am concerned, this will have a very negative effect on the population who wants to vote even for the BJP. I've said this time and again, the way the BJP is conducting itself in Tamil Nadu, it really needs somebody who can advise them on how to use the Prime Minister.
Okay, but is the Prime Minister being looked at in an affable manner by the people? Because, the DMK's argument is that there is no Modi wave. I don't think anybody's saying that there's a Modi wave. But whether the public appreciates Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and everybody's talking about how his third term is almost, a done deal, are they warm to him? Because the contention so far is that the BJP can play no role in Tamil Nadu.
See, as of now, I would go by the seawater survey, which seems very realistic. In fact, I've done a tour of the entire Tamil Nadu. I'm right now sitting and speaking to you from Coimbatore. In fact, there are only 2 seats in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry where the BJP is in with a good chance. One is Tirunelveli, where Nayanar Nagendran is being again done it by his own BJP people. Some money of his has been got recently. And the other is Puducherry, where Namasivayam is the candidate from the BJP who has crossed over several times. Now he's currently with the BJP. Now, the thing is that the Prime Minister's impact, Prime Minister has, of course, a constituency in Tamil Nadu. He has backers in Tamil Nadu, no doubt about that. He has people who love him in Tamil Nadu, no doubt about that either. But the point is that people ask questions, when a development project is announced and it is not implemented. For instance, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Madurai. It was announced in 2019. To this day, there has been nothing barring a compound wall. Things like this, where the Prime Minister is involved and his name gets sullied when all these things happen, because not his name is associated with All India Institute of Medical Sciences. It became an issue in 2021 elections. Even after that, the BJP leadership is letting down the Prime Minister by not making an attempt to even construct that place. Things like that. There are enough and more other examples.
Okay, let Tohin respond to that. Tohin, the work on the ground is just not there yet for the BJP to claim the kind of numbers you're claiming.
Well, I'm not in Tamil Nadu, so I can't exactly, agree with what the gentleman before me has said. But fact is, I have followed Annamalai's Yatra across Tamil Nadu very closely. The Prime Minister has been to Tamil Nadu during the Yatra multiple times, and on each of the occasion, the response was only better and far more mightier than the previous occasion. In January this year, Honorable Prime Minister dedicated projects worth 20,000 crores to the state. On a record scale, on a war footing, projects are being initiated across the country. If, the gentleman is speaking about the particular aims in Tamil Nadu, I'm not sure what the status is, but, we have seen across the country that infrastructure creation, new educational institutions and medical institutions have come up on a war footing, and the same applies to Tamil Nadu.
Yes, Dharanidharan.
I will once again reinforce the stepmotherly treatment which BJP has meted out to Tamil Nadu time and again. AIMS, for example, in Tamil Nadu was announced the same time as in then BJP ruled Himachal Pradesh and Assam. In both these states, it was union government funded. And for Tamil Nadu alone, they asked, it is funded by JICA, Japanese fund. And until now, not even a compound wall has been built. Whereas in Assam and in Himachal Pradesh, AIMS is complete. Kelo Bharat, Tamil Nadu got 13 crores, Gujarat got 600 crores. This is the discrepancy, right? We pay 1 rupee in taxes, we get 29 paise in back. I'm not even talking about indirect taxes. When Tamil Nadu contributes the most.
Yeah.
This is the stepmotherly treatment.
Okay, stepmotherly treatment. Very quickly, yes, Tohin wants to respond.
You can verify it yourself, but even in centrally funded projects, the onus for execution to a large extent, especially at the stage of land allocation, is upon the state government. So I think Stalin also has important questions to answer. Did he respond to the central government initiatives with the same alacrity with which the BJP state governments responded? Stalin cannot escape his responsibility altogether when on the one hand you agree that development projects are being initiated, the onus is also upon the state government to ensure that they are executed well.
So, Dharanidharan, I want to understand from you, you are saying socio-economically Tamil Nadu is better off than other states where the BJP has some currency. But all the issues you are raising are about funding from the centre. Is that all that matters in Tamilians?
It's not funding that matters, it's a stepmotherly treatment. Why show discrepancy towards a state that has contributed?
But if your state, your contention is your state is well off, wouldn't the centre funds go? One second. One second, I just want to understand.
Only 1 second. One important point. Yeah. See, the BJP spokesperson said it's a state government job. AIMS was announced in 2016, right? From 2016 to 2021 onwards, from 2017 to 2021 onwards, the ADMK in alliance with BJP in Par and Tamil Nadu. So, right? And who asked you to go and ask for funds from JICA, Japanese fund, instead of union government funding it? That's the important point. And second, it's not the problem of funding, it is a stepmotherly treatment.
No, I come back to my question because I'm trying to understand this. Because if your contention is that Tamil Nadu is well off, it's better off, we're done better, naturally the central funds will go more to states who need it more. Then what is the contention here?
The contention here is same floods with 1/4 of intensity in Tamil Nadu happens in Gujarat. Same per capita GDP as Tamil Nadu. 1,000 crores has been released the next day, and Tamil Nadu we haven't received any money.
Now you say same per capita GDP as Tamil Nadu, Gujarat. So Gujarat model is equitable to Tamil Nadu.
See, I think it's very naive to only compare per capita GDP and say that the model is the same, because inclusive growth. You have to look at Gini index, but that measures inequality. Gujarat has a very high Gini index, which means that inequality is very high in Gujarat.
So shouldn't Gujarat get more from the centre?
When I said industrial growth, I clearly said inclusive industrial growth.
Okay. I find it quite fascinating because southern states keep saying that we do more, we produce more, we are better off, we are well off. Naturally, in a country, the central government's greater responsibility will then go to states who are not that well off. This is established. And I find it appalling because the Congress's manifesto, which is part of the India bloc, is to reduce inequality. How do you do that? They're actually talking about wealth redistribution. Wouldn't you have to take from richer states and give to poorer states? But that's a discussion for another day. I'll give Tuhin Sinha 30 seconds.
I think it doesn't work like that.
Okay, fine. That's a discussion for another day.
That way, then Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh have the richest states.
That's a discussion for another day. I'll have 10 seconds for Tuhin. 10 seconds for Tuhin only. 10 seconds.
The political economy of the individual states. You have to learn the model.
Tamil Nadu are tired of the repeated duplicity of both Congress and DMK. The only people who have compromised the interests of Tamil Nadu are these people who gave away Kachativu. But even in today's day and age, and I'm not talking of 1974, in today's day and age, Stalin comes up and pretends that he was not aware of it. This is how you compromise the interest of Tamil Nadu time and again.
Okay.
Fishermen, thousands of fishermen have been arrested because of you.
All right, I've run out of time. I do thank our guests for joining us. Of course, we will continue to talk about Tamil Nadu in days to come. The Prime Minister's roadshow is ongoing, and on the other side, we have a very special conversation. None other than the sitting Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has spoken on the BJP South push to CNN News 18.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोबा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना, उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो, हर कोई भक्ति में डूबा हुआ हो, शक्ति उपासना में जुड़ा हुआ हो, ऐसे समय इतनी बड़ी रैली, ये अपने आप में एक अजूबा है। क्योंकि मेरा जब कार्यक्रम बन रहा था तो मैंने कहा भाई नवरात्रि है, लोग कैसे आएंगे? उन्होंने कहा साहब बस आप डेट दे दीजिए। और इतने कम समय में नवरात्रि के पावन पर्व पर भी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में आप हमें आशीर्वाद देने आए। इस पावन अवसर पर बड़ी संख्या में शक्ति स्वरूपा माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां हमें आशीर्वाद दे रही है। मैं सभी सिख गुरुओं को भी नमन करता हूं। कुछ ही दिन में बैसाखी भी आने वाली है। मैं आपको बैसाखी की भी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मुझे यहां पीलीभीत के साथ ही बरेली की जनता जनार्दन के दर्शन का भी सौभाग्य मिला है। और सब दूर एक ही
ரொம்ப நன்றி சார் CNN கிட்ட பேசுறதுக்கு. முதல் கேள்வி, நீங்க பிரச்சாரம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும், வரவேற்பு எப்படி இருக்கு மக்கள் கிட்ட இருந்து?
பெரிய வரவேற்பு இருக்கு. 3 வருஷமா இந்த ஆட்சியில் குறிப்பாக தமிழ்நாட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பல நன்மைகளையும் பல சாதனைகளையும் அவங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு. அதனால் இந்த ஆட்சி மேலே ரொம்ப நம்பிக்கை வச்சுருக்காங்க. அதனால் நான் களத்தில் இருக்கும்போது என்ன சொன்னோம், 40க்கு 40ன்னு சொன்னோம். அதே நிலவரம் தான் இப்பவும் இருக்குது. நிச்சயமாக 40-40 வெற்றி பெறும். களம் சிறப்பாக இருக்குது.
சார், பிஜேபி வந்துட்டு 400 வின் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் சவுத்தை ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. தமிழ்நாடு தவிர மற்ற சவுத் ஸ்டேட்ஸையும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. இன்றைக்கி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 7வது முறையாக தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு வராரு பிரதமர். இதனால பிஜேபிக்கு சப்போர்ட் தமிழ்நாடு சவுத் இந்தியாவில் வர வாய்ப்பு இருக்கா?
400ன்னு ஆரம்பத்தில் சொன்னார். இப்போ போக போக இந்த வார்த்தையை வாயிலும் வரல. ஏன்னா அவருக்கே அச்சம் வந்துடுச்சு, பயம் வந்துடுச்சு. சவுத்தை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும், அதில் குறிப்பாக தமிழ்நாட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்படியாவது 1-2 சீட்டாவது வாங்கிடணும்னு முயற்சி பண்ணுறாரு. அது நடக்காது. நிச்சயமாக உறுதியாக இல்லை. அதில் தோல்வி அதிகம் வந்துடுறதுனால தான் அவங்க திருப்பி 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 தமிழ்நாடு பக்கம் வந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. எப்படியாவது இங்கே கால் பதிக்கணும்னு அது நடக்க போகிறது இல்லை. தமிழ்நாட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நிச்சயமாக தமிழ் வந்து வளர்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு கிடையாது.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोवा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना, उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो, हर कोई भक्ति में डूबा हुआ हो, शक्ति उपासना में जुड़ा हुआ हो, ऐसे समय इतनी बड़ी रैली, ये अपने आप में गजूबा है। क्योंकि मेरा जब कार्यक्रम बन रहा था तो मैंने कहा भाई नवरात्रि है, लोग कैसे आएंगे? उन्होंने कहा साहब बस आप डेट दे दीजिए। और इतने कम समय में नवरात्रि के पावन पर्व पर भी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में आप हमें आशीर्वाद देने आए। इस पावन अवसर पर बड़ी संख्या में शक्ति स्वरूपा माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां हमें आशीर्वाद दे रही है। मैं सभी सिख गुरुओं को भी नमन करता हूं। कुछ ही दिन में बैसाखी भी आने वाली है। मैं आपको बैसाखी की भी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मुझे यहां पीलीभीत के साथ ही बरेली की जनता जनार्दन के दर्शन का भी सौभाग्य मिला है। और सब दूर एक ही संदेश है, बहुत ही स्पष्ट संदेश है। एक ही गुंज सुनाई दे रही है, फिर एक बार, फिर एक बार, फिर एक बार, साथियों, हम बचपन से सुनते आए हैं, 1.25 लाख से एक लड़ाऊं, चिड़ियन तय में बाज तुड़ाऊं, तबे गुरु गोविंद सिंह नाम कहाऊं।
Just under 15 years ago, Arvind Kejriwal caught the eye as the self-righteous cohort of anti-corruption crusader Anna Hazare. The India Against Corruption movement dropped anchor in New Delhi, but was led by the rustic septuagenarian from Maharashtra who would prove to be the undoing of the UPA government. It was said in those days, and I'm talking about 2012, 2013, 2014, that every word that came out of Anna's mouth was scripted by Kejriwal, who had a penchant for virtue signalling. As the original populist, Kejriwal believed there were only two types of people, the oppressed Aam Aadmi and the oppressor Khas Aadmi. The latter, according to Kejriwal, were a ruling club of oligarchs that exploited and looted the hapless poor, but were essentially ring-fenced by a system that they themselves created to escape accountability.